Hi everyone, hope you all have been keeping well during the exam season and everything. My name is Tanisha, and I'm going to be introducing our group's presentation on augmented reality and information guide. So the reading we were assigned was called Augmented Reality, an Emerging Technology Guide to AR. And here's how our presentation is going to go. I'm going to walk you guys through the two main types of augmented reality presented in these readings. We're going to do a little fun activity. We're then going to walk through AR and different social networking. We're going to do a little case study and finally hand it over to you guys to discuss some questions. So the first kind of augmented reality technology I'm going to talk about is called collaborative AR interface. So this type of interface uses collaborative augmented reality. It bridges together many different dimensions, users, contexts, applications, display platforms, and operating systems. And one example we have here is called the Studio Stu Collaborate AR interface. And what this does is it allows the user to combine multiple approaches like augmented reality, we have some projections going on here, ubiquitous computing, all as required. It's controlled by something called a personal interaction panel with a two-handed pen and pad interface. There's also a 3D mouse over here. So it's very versatile and it's used to interact with a virtual environment. The second kind of augmented reality type we're going to talk about is called hybrid AR interfaces. This combines a number of different complementary interfaces to interact in a variety of ways. It's very flexible, and the user often doesn't know in advance what kind of interaction they're going to encounter. So one example here is an engineer. He's interacting with a digital helicopter model with an iPad as its marker and a control surface, and he's also using something called an HMD, which is a head-mounted display, to sort of play around with it. So now that you all know about the two different types of AR, before we transition into our little fun activity, I want to leave you all with a definition of what augmented reality is. It's modifying real life by adding sound, visual elements, and other sensory stimuli. So at this point, we can pause the recording and sort of go through our live activity called AR or VR.
Hey everyone, this is Brian, and I will be presenting AR and social networking. So first, let's talk about the background of social networking. Back in 1971, the first email was sent by two computers sitting right next to one another, which created the digital social networking. Following the social networking, the bulletin board systems were created, which allowed people to exchange data with each other over the phone lines. After that, several social networking platforms were born, including Usenet, GeoCities, Friendster, MySpace, and the famous Facebook and Twitter. The AR flash mob is an example of a convergence of augmented reality with social networking. On April 24, 2012, Amsterdam hosted the world's first AR flash mob. For this case, people in Amsterdam showed up to a specific point to have their picture taken with a digital human statue. People with iPhones and Android devices that are running the right AR software could pose with a variety of characters, ranging from Darth Vader to Superman. So basically, what people have to do is install the AR app on their smartphones. And as you can see in the picture, they can take photos of themselves with virtual characters. With the convergence of technology incorporating functions and advanced features, the mobile phone became a platform for social networking, with features that's far beyond making simple phone calls, especially with the inclusion of augmented reality. An example of this is an app called Augmented ID. As seen in the picture, this app allows users to discover selected information about people around them. So these provide a potential for users to control their own augmented appearance, by selecting the content and social network links they want to show to others. Facial recognition is another popular method by which a computer identifies a person from a digital image or video. There are lots of potential uses for facial recognition combined with augmented reality, however, leading to risks such as the exposure of information. Here are two examples of the uses for facial recognition. The first one is a recognizer, which is a program created by Polaroids that is able to detect a subject's face and then creates a unique signature by combining measurements of facial features and building a 3D model. Recognizer can be used for a lot of different purposes. Some are good, some are bad. For this reason, the company designed Recognizer as a strictly opt-in service, and users have to upload a photo and profile of themselves, then associate that profile with the different social networks before anyone can use the service to identify them. The second example is a social camera, which was created by Viudo. The social camera combines augmented reality, facial recognition, and social networking using Viudo's advanced face recognition technology to identify the people that the users take photos of the most and tag them for the users.
One of the case studies we have found is the surveillance of the Chinese government using facial recognition and AR technology. The Chinese government is interested in monitoring and surveilling their citizens. Chinese tech companies are often funded by the government, and they openly defer to the government's requests, like turning over messages and purchasing data of the citizens. China is planning to invest $16 billion in the AI technology along with the use of AR. Based on the fundings, China now has capabilities of facial recognition. They have deployed this technology and captured Uyghurs, a Muslim minority in the country, through its nationwide network of surveillance cameras. So on the bottom right, this photo shows the surveillance example in China. So here, this guy is being scanned, and the AR recognizes that he's a male, and he is wearing black clothes, and he's an adult. It also recognizes this taxi, what color it is, and what type of vehicle it is.
Additionally, this surveillance technology will be able to monitor people's physical movements and construct detailed profiles on citizens. As you can see in this image, the facial recognition software is capable of analyzing people's facial markers, posture, walking patterns, and clothing attires to develop a system that can detect people's possible deviant behaviors and overall enabling a state of surveillance.